Everyone, welcome back. So today I have a review on the new Huda Beauty Chocolate Brown Obsessions palette. So this is a palette right here, and this is the latest edition from Huda, and there are three palettes in the Brown Obsessions collection: the chocolate, toffee and caramel, and I have the chocolate one here which I'll be doing a review on. And this one I got because I like the colour story in this one the most, and I feel like I'll get the most use out of this palette. So that's the colour story right there. And I mean, the colours in the other palettes look really nice as well, but this one I just feel is more me and I will get more use out of it. So yeah, like, that's the shades there. There are 9 shades inside. There's a couple of metallics and a couple of matte finishes. So we have a couple of like 2 kind of quirkier shades in the palette because they have like little pink foily bits in it. So this one right here and this one here both have pink foily bits in it, which I don't know if you will be able to see that on camera, but I'll do like a little close up of the palette anyway. So they're a little bit different, and I have a couple of favourite shades in the palette actually. Like, this is one of them here. This is just really lovely and metallic-y and applies lovely to the eyes. But obviously in the tutorial part I will show you like obviously how everything applies. But that is one of my favourite shades in the palette. This is the eye look that I created using the palette, of course, and as you can see the look's a little bit more on the pink side. So the palette has more of that kind of rich reddish pink undertone to the shades. So when you think of chocolate you immediately think like deep rich brown shades or like milky brown shades. Well, this palette is different because it has more of that kind of rich pinky reddy mahogany kind of undertone to the shades. It's a little bit different, which I quite like. I just wanted to mention that because it's not chocolatey. Like, you can see from the eye look here that it's not like a standard chocolatey eye look. Like, I didn't expect, you know, like I wouldn't expect a chocolate palette really to kind of look like this, but I like it. I like how it turned out, and yeah, I'm liking, you know, there's a different kind of chocolatey theme inside. I really like the packaging for it. It's really cute, and it is a plastic packaging, which is obviously a update from Huda's cardboard packaging. So I do like that it is a plastic packaging. It's just a lot cleaner in that, so you know, I prefer that. I hope you'll like the little tutorial bit that I've got coming up, and if you want to see how these shadows perform and how I created the eye look, then let's just go ahead and we'll get started. I'm going to try and use as many of the eyeshadows as I can. So I'm first going to start off with this shade in the middle here. I'm just going to pick this up and apply this kind of all over my eye. I'm going to just start by applying it into my crease, just slightly higher than my crease actually, because I can use this as a transition shade. And then I'm going to build up the crease with this shade right here. That first shade was very easy to apply, it blended really nicely. Then I'm going to take this shade right here and I'm going to apply this to the outer part of my crease. This shade has a lot of like kick up in the pan there, but I don't really mind, just as long as I don't get a lot of fallout on the eyes. Then I'm going to take this shade right here to deepen up the outer corner. That's a nice shade, that one, but it takes a little bit of time to build up, I think. It's a nice deep kind of plummy shade, so I like that one. I'm going to go on top of that with this shade right here. It has like little speckles in it. So this is the first kind of metallic shade that I'm going to use, and I'm going to apply that just slightly on top, well yeah, on top of that plum shade on the outer corner there. I don't know how this one is going to apply, like if I should apply it with my finger or a brush. I'm going to try by using a brush first to see. Yeah, like that doesn't pack on at all with the brush, so I'm just going to try my finger. Probably this shade would be better to apply without the shadow underneath, like maybe just sweep this right across like your lid, like your bare lid sort of thing, without any other powder shadow underneath. But it gives a little kind of kick to the outer corner there. That shade would work really good all over like bare lids without any powder shadow underneath. But I don't want to apply all of my lid because I don't want to go that dramatic today. But yeah, you can see the slight metallic kick to it there. Like there's little kind of pink shimmery bits in it there that's just slightly coming through. But if you were to go all over the lid like a dry lid, or yeah, a lid without any other powder underneath, then you would, I think it would really come off more metallic, and the pink glitter would really stand out in it. I really want to brighten up the inner like part of the lid here, so I'm going to go with this light kind of golden shade here. Like it's like a gold and champagne shade. It's the kind of with pink in it. Yeah, it's like gold, pink and champagne all mixed in one. So I'm going to apply this just on my finger actually, from the inner part here all the way up, like to meet that other shade. Yeah, so that one packs on really, really nicely there. Okay, so where those two shades meet, like right in the centre here, I'm going to apply a little bit of this shade right here. This one's a little bit more of a darker gold, like more of a bronzy shade with pink in it. Like it has little pink bits in it there. This would be really nice just right over the lid as just one shade, I think. But I'm going to just tap this right where those two shades meet there. The little pink bits in that really stand out, you can see. It's pretty. I'm going to do winged liner. Okay, so I've completed my eyes, and this is how the eye look looks. So I really like how this eye look has turned out. So the shadows were really, really nice, like they performed really nicely. So I used 7 out of the 9 shades in the palette, which is good going really. The two that I haven't used are just one metallic-y shade and one matte shade. So I've used the majority of the shades in the palette, and the quality of the matte shades, so for example this one, this one and this one performed really, really nicely. Very, very pigmented. Not a lot of folly on the eyes, however there's a bit of kick up in the pan, which I don't actually mind really. But yeah, this shade here is also really nice. I packed that on the outer corner. It does take a little bit of building, I think, with this shade. This one here, which is like a metallic shade, doesn't really pack on that well on top of like other shadows. So like when I applied this on top of the matte shades, it didn't really stand out that much. But I think if you were to apply this like all over the eyelid, just as like one shade, maybe like one other colour in the crease maybe, but applying this all over like a, you know, a bare eyelid, I think this would really like be very metallic-y and the pink bits would really stand out inside it. This shade here though is lovely. This is the one that I have just kind of right here from the inner corner to the centre of my eyelid. This is gorgeous. It's very metallic-y, packs on really lovely with my finger. I never tried this with a brush, but usually with Huda palettes and majority of eyeshadow palettes I have with metallic shades in it, I always use my finger because you just get the best like payoff with your finger. So yeah, like this applied lovely on my eyes. And then this shade here is another metallic finish with like pink foily bits in it, and applied this right in the centre there to connect those two, and you can see the little pink foils, like hopefully it comes off in camera there, but you can see the nice little foily bits there from that shade. And yeah, that applied nicely. So the metallics in here are actually really, really nice. So this one and this one, really, really nice. And this shade and this shade. This one is the one with the pink bits in it there, and that would be really nice just all over the lid by itself. And then this one here I haven't tried yet. It's this one. That looks really nice. That would actually probably been quite nice to pack on out a corner maybe instead of that shade. Yeah, that would have maybe been quite nice. But anyway, overall I really like the quality of the eyeshadows. They're really good. The mattes and the metallics, really, really good. I don't know how they are in the other palettes, but this one in particular, the chocolate palette, is actually really, really nice. So I'm happy about that. I just want to pull out a couple of other Huda palettes I have here to kind of do a little comparison of the shades, or the colour story should I say. So I have the Mauve Obsessions palette, which is this one here, and that's what the shades look like in there. So the Mauve Obsession palette is one of my favourite palettes as well from Huda, but this, as you can see, has a bit more kind of plummy shades in it. There's maybe like one shade in here that's quite similar to the chocolate brown palette, but like this kind of purple, this deep purpley plum shade, these two are quite similar in shade, but the rest are pretty different, I think. And then I also have the Sand Haze, which I done a review on just not long ago actually, which is this one here. This is like the updated packaging, so it's similar to the packaging on the chocolate brown Obsessions, like it's more plastic, whereas the Mauve Obsession one is just cardboard. So I do like the updated plastic packaging. So yeah, this is the Sand Haze one right here, and as you can see, it's very different as well. These two shades could be quite similar to these two, but like on the eyes they will be completely different. However, I think once you apply the shadows to your eyes, I think you could get quite similar looks with these two palettes, so you might not need the chocolate one. However, if you don't have these two and are looking for maybe a nice palette with these type of colours in it, then I would definitely say to give the chocolate one, the chocolate brown Obsessions palette, a go, because I think this one is just a little bit richer and I think it would be better for many skin colours really. So yeah, this one I'm really liking. Like I said, the formula of this one is really, really good. Like it is nice. I don't know obviously the formula of the other two palettes yet, because 3 all in, or is it 4? I think it's 3 all in. But yeah, this one here is really, really nice, so I'm happy about that. That's it for this review. I really hope you liked and enjoyed this video. If you did, please get a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I'll speak to you very soon in my next video. Bye!